Make it loud for Timothy.
In 1962, I was 7 years old. And I remember a day when I was having a fierce argument with my older brother, Butch. And I don't know what we were fighting about, but he got me so worked up. I was screaming at him, I hate you. I hate you. I do. I hate you. I wish you were dead. And just at that moment, my mother was entering the room. And everything went silent. Then Butch stormed off, and my mother spoke to me with unusual calm. Timothy, sit yourself down, young man. We have to talk. Don't you know that you can never say to your brother that you wish he was dead? Don't you know that? You see, you're almost 8 years old. Maybe it's time you understood what's really going on with your brother Butch and your sister Patricia and your late sister Kathy. You see, they were all born with a very rare disease. It's called cystic fibrosis. Now, you don't have it, and you never will. You have to be born with it. You were not born with it. And you're a lucky boy, because there is no cure for this. Tish and Butch are going to get sicker and sicker as time goes on, and eventually, like your baby sister Kathy, they will die of cystic fibrosis. Well, my brain was way too young to comprehend this, but somehow this fatal family disease skipped every other child in my family. Lucky me. Now, I felt for Butch, I really did. I mean, I saw how much pain he was in, but I was also kind of jealous of what I saw as the perks of being so sickly. See, he hardly ever had to go to school. He got preferential treatment about almost everything. And when he turned 18 years old, he was totally ineligible for the Vietnam War draft. Now, in those days, the draft was done by lottery. So when you turned 18, if you had a low lottery number, then you were sent off to Vietnam. Young men all over the country were being sent to kill and be killed in a war that nobody wanted and nobody understood. And there were plenty of protests, so eventually the draft was discontinued, but the very last lottery happened in December of 1972, and I turned 18 in January of 1973, a month later, still eligible for that lottery. But I got a nice high number, so once again, saved by the bell, lucky me again. Now, I may not have inherited my family's fatal disease, but I was born with my own inborn disease or condition, a very strong condition called homosexuality. Hardly fatal in those days, but it came with its share of painful consequences. And then the 80s came, and AIDS swept through the gay community like a fast-moving tsunami of death. Young men were getting sicker than my brother ever was and dying much quicker. Now, I managed to not get infected for a long time. Then, in the mid-90s, on a mad, drunken weekend in New York, I'll spare you the details, but I got infected with HIV. And in those days, the treatments for HIV were AZT and a whole host of poisonous meds that made people sicker than the disease, I thought. So I didn't do any of those treatments. Then in the late 90s, my best friend Daryl was on the brink of death. He was literally given 2 weeks to live. And like me, he'd never taken the treatments, but his doctor convinced him that maybe he should try this new cocktail of antiretroviral drugs that were showing a lot of promise. And nobody expected Daryl to survive at all. But a few months later, he was getting fat again and healthy looking and had barely detectable HIV. And this was a time when my stats were really nosediving, so I said, okay, I'll try these new fangled retroviral drugs, and just in time. I mean, 27 years later, I'm still here. Obviously. So, yeah, sassy as ever. And when it comes to narrow escapes, I've had a few. But somehow I have endured. Lucky me.
One more time for Timothy.